Here we
Nick
go.
Calandra,
Let's see how he
former
deals with this
editor-in-chief of The
shit.
Escapist, and he's basically, he calls himself a journalist, right? And I guess, he, after The Escapist, he founded a YouTube channel called Second Wind, and they have a Patreon that pulls in an enormous amount of money. And he has
Enormous amount of money for the whole fucking team. Okay. How much do they get out of that, or how much they need to have the infrastructure? Who the fuck knows? Why have any fucking nuance or understanding? Why? Just broad brush it all.
well over 10,000 members. 13,000, something like that. So he has been tweeting about me nonstop for 2 months. And I don't talk about this guy, right? But he's got some kind of hate boner for me. And he's been tweeting.
Automatically comes down to hate. He creates that association. Okay. He fucking talking to people in your past, hearing horror stories. He's tried to get you on the record. I'm pretty sure he has. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to sort of talk about this dirty little secret about where all this money's going. It's a little bit sus, okay? Just disclose where the money went. Easy to do the file and be like, bitch, okay, here's the money, okay? It's saving. I'm saving it for this. If Nick is correct within his sort of investigation, Grummz is going to do another fucking fundraiser after having $130 with his previous 3 fundraisers, not all for the game, some for the infrastructure. Fair enough there. Send some money on that. Did he spend the money or not? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? I just transparency with the money you're getting from your potential buyers. And don't pull, what is that? Zoe Quinn? Yeah, Zoe Quinn. Just take money for a game and just use it on a lavish trip to wherever, okay?
About me every day or every other day, trying to go after me. So much so that
he's looking into your game. Why can't you just be correct? Give the correct framing. Does he talk about you as a person? No, he talks about your game. Occasionally, he'll talk about you when he hears from people who worked with you. Some of your bullshit claims, like you had your petition really bought back WoW Classic. From everything he knows, from people he talked about, they pressed X to doubt on that particular claim of Grummz. Did Grummz ever do anything bad? It's always the other side who are the bad ones.
He got exposed for publishing false information from a sting operation that one of my supporters did. But he
was exposed for publishing false information. It was a fucking entrapment, okay? And there's reason to believe, because, yeah, a little bit stupid for sort of fall about it. That was the first time you really mentioned it, okay? Doesn't seem honest. Yeah, I could talk for days. Just his framing of this is a complete dog shit. He's not being honest why Nick is talking about him at all. Does he admit it at all? Oh, well, let me listen for a bit. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't.
He's been asking people on his Discord to send him information about me, personal information.
No, correct way to say this is he doesn't want personal information published. Investigation of Nick's to be published in a public Discord and to DM him. There is no clue if he wants these people to work or if they believe in his investigation, so voluntarily helping him out. Okay. I don't know which it is. I'm not going to steal mana either way. Grummz is obviously a genius. He obviously knows the truth, despite not actually addressing anything accurate about this.
And company information, both. And they have. And thousands of his supporters on Discord have been trying to find everything they can about me and posting it. And
he is hyping it up. He does not know. These screenshots are the only thing he knows. Wow, not true. There could be other screenshots that he hasn't released, okay? These screenshots prove none of these claims, okay? They, in fact, counter a lot of the bullshit claims of Grummz here, okay? Simple as that. You can use all the fucking mental gymnastics to try to work around it. Just BS as it stands. You show me some real evidence, some real you be honest with why Nick has been talking about you for the last 2 months. Not because of your culture war stuff. Yeah, occasionally he'll throw it in and add his good laugh. Okay, but it's primarily about your business or sort of people who've had interactions with you in the past, like Alex Brazy there, okay? Some insight into the psychopathy, not psychosis. Yeah, psychopathy, psychosis, what's the difference? No one's gonna care either way, okay?
And his moderators are encouraging it. Well, one of the supporters, well, a couple of them.
Okay, real simple. You want to make a claim, show the evidence, but I guess these guys don't have the commentary sort of sense of being or even sense of ethics at all. Okay.
Ended up posting multiple addresses and information about anybody with a name similar to mine, but they got some hits, including address.
Did they? Okay. Why assume this? Okay. I'm not getting any of this from any of this is the lame sort of just bullshit framing. Not the funny part yet. Maybe I should jump ahead. Who knows?
Family. And that person then edited their own post to say, hey, this is Nick's secret. But he only did that. And yeah, Meadows the Panda. And he only did that after that address was out there in the open for thousands of people on this Discord to see.
Thousands of people on Discord. I don't even know what fucking tab this is. This could be a secret tab of people Nick trusts personally. I just don't know. Okay. I don't know what tab. You're assuming a lot fucking Grummz, okay, and you're pushing it to its further limits, doing some bullshit mind reading when you're not even framing Nick's investigation. Maybe he knows about Nick's real motives because he has super psychic Saiyan powers. See him power up and look at his nice little Ember shirt. Not a direct promotion, but people might ask him about that. But this is all seems like bullshit with what evidence I've seen, and bullshit mental gymnastics arguments don't work on people, Wayz.
And he was not punished. The moderators said nothing. In fact, they said this is the most fun they've had, and they openly. This is infuriating. They openly celebrated this.
I agree with that. Hearing this fucking notes are dumb is bullshit, mind reading, psychic mind wave bullshit from Grummz. Well, I completely disregard. See, I'm looping now because of all this bullshit. Let me just laugh at his sort of fucking framing of this.
The mods encouraged it. Nick went on to encourage it. He said, hey, he didn't ban this person. He didn't take any action. He said, hey, if you.
Yes, because it's not a violation to post public information. We'll get around to it, okay. Oh, the most fun I've had 30 minutes ago, okay. Probably, okay, yeah, the thrill of the hunt, okay. Finding the deep secrets of a scandal, okay. Nick got a taste for it with the day after thing, and that turned out to be a scam. Did he expose it? I think a lot of people smelled it out. How many people really called it out beforehand the day before? Is it the day before or day after? I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's the story. He sort of had sus feelings because of all the evidence out there, did some investigation, and like, yeah, this is gonna be a scam, guys. Don't buy it, okay? This is a little bit deeper, okay? And just because you became of prominence, don't use that to deflect from Nick's little investigation here, because that's what he's doing, okay? And people want to join him. Did he recruit them? Did they ask to join? We don't fucking know. Whoa.
If you find this stuff, feel free to DM it to me. But yeah, any personal details or anything like that, don't post it here. So he wants that information. He's encouraging them to dig it up, and he wants it sent to him because he knows it's a.
Did he just totally skip the I'm going after his business? I'm not going after him personally. I'm going after his business dealings. And this is behind closed doors where he's going to be most honest. Okay. You're not catching him being like, yeah, I want to take this guy personally. No, he's going after your business. And yeah, it will have ramifications. But if you're really scamming people, should he really care about? You're not going to be, you'll be fine. Even if he exposed you as a scandal, there's going to be diehards. Look at Bosch, okay? He still has fans. All these fucking ideologues and major bigger than life figures still has life after being exposed. It's always going to be the idiots who'll follow you no matter what, and you always have your fucking little cash cows. It just won't be as large of a group, and you're not going to have the sort of social cloud if he, in fact, has some legs with this investigation. And again, theory work, even if this is a stupid maneuver, caused Nick to sort of go private. He caused him to cause legal action. He has some time to spin up a narrative. How much time? I don't know. Is Nick going to go forward with the video, even though he's doing legal proceeding, or is he going to hold off on that? Don't know. We're going to find out, I guess.
Discord violation. And he doesn't want to get banned from Discord. But he's weaponized his entire user base against me. This is 13,000 people. And he calls me a grifter, but he's earning $54,000 a month.
Lie, dumbass assumption. Over. This is an example of him not being correct and overblowing this. And I'm glad Stuttering Craig does correct him at a certain point. Okay. Maybe he corrects himself here because he knows he's on stream and people will fucking push back. Let's see.
Attacking me, okay, from his Patreon. And he does nothing about it. He lets this go on. He lets all this information out there. And there are death threats against me, okay? There are well documented.
He lets all that information just out there on his Discord. But a minute later, after the guy posts it, he tells him, yeah, sorry, private information. We shouldn't have it on this public Discord. Okay. Who cares if you can find this LinkedIn account very easily? You can find all this public information on your fucking all over the place. But no, having it on the Discord is somehow doxing. The fucking mental gymnastics that people follow this bullshit narrative is just insane. And how does he spin it? Oh, people are doing death threats. Death threats. Okay. Yeah, Keffels was getting death threats and all. I don't even think she hype it up to death threats. She definitely implied it rather hard, but she got exposed clear and she had a penchant for doxing herself. Okay. But she did. He makes sure to stay in point. He always says, don't harass people. And maybe not always with a tee. I think there is some redeeming traits. I saw him after completely demonizing anyone who follows the woke agenda as the enemy, trying to destroy all the white male cis gamers. After establishing that narrative for so long, he's like, yeah. When someone asked him how far should we go? Like, keep it legal, guys. Yeah, let's all just keep it legal. Wink, wink. Okay. Fucking hell. Why didn't you put that in your original message? Okay. You thought about it afterwards? Or does he generally think it? Okay. Because he can't be that stupid to demonize these people and think your you'll be able to, your fan base won't go after. You don't make, if you're a Christian and the devil comes down, okay, and you're like, that's the enemy, and you're a priest, whole mob's behind you, we should kill him, blah blah blah. No, we can't cause that because God wouldn't want us to use violence or something like that. There's always going to be the dipshits who will go around and fucking do it. Mark cannot be that dumb to think the rhetoric he's spinning about his, especially Nick in this case, isn't going to be countermanded. It's just a amount, big target, how much he's demonizing him and making him out to be the worst person. I'll give him 24 hours to apologize. Okay. It's seeming like such a reasonable guy when you're fucking lying about all this shit. Talking out of both sides of your mouth, Grummz. Someone wants to argue with me. That's the record. And I don't think anyone's fucking gonna, no one with half a brain would be willing to do it. You got to fucking ignore anyone saying this shit. And I'm small, but if more people jump on this, you're going to fucking get heat. So you better hope you fucking got some diehard supporters.
Bounties on my head. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. And these platforms do fucking nothing.
Deflection. Okay, what does that have to do with Nick? Nothing that I can see.
This stuff gets reported and they do nothing. And journalists do it and they do nothing. And there are no repercussions. And this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. And I'm furious. It has put me in literal danger. It has put my family.
What danger? Okay. Do you not have money for security? Can you not move until you have some of this stuff, higher stuff? Do you not have money at all to sort of protect yourself from this shit? For the P.O. box you have to run your business out of your house, even though it's really stupid.
In literal danger. And there is, I have no idea how to report this. I have no.
How is that Nick's fault? Anyone can look this up, and you are fucking buying this. It's like you want people to know your docs is out there. Nick, your docs is out there, dude. Your your information is public. Don't fucking cause a shit fit because it's one of your little mitwits pointing out, yeah, they know that your information public, and Nick is trying to be like, let's not even put that shit up. The spinning of this, the delusional take here is just so fun. He has to countermand this with this rage, this moral outrage. That's the only way to cope with this. And from this point in on, you just might hear me laughing. Okay, that's going to be my transformative effort here because this is just so brain dead. I don't know how anyone cannot see it.
No idea how to report this to Discord or to YouTube, his YouTube channel, or to his Patreon, where he earns $54,000 a month coming after me.
Second time and new, which he'll be corrected. This is not the only thing he does. This is one investigation that he's been doing on the side of his normal stuff, being the editor-in-chief for Second Wind podcast, setting things up. Fucking hell.
What the fuck?
Well, I think it would
Sorry.
be
I'm very angry. But let me just say this.
Yes.
This is wrong.
I'm very angry. I don't think he is, okay. Legitimately. This seems fake, okay? Like, are they buying this? Okay. This seems very fucking tactical. I don't know. Maybe he is angry, okay? Angry at himself, angry at people for not defending him harder.
And I always say, do not harass these people. Certainly do not talk. They have never said that about me.
Why do they need to say it? It's assumed. They are not in the business of not harassing people, okay? At least Nick, okay? They talk about video games, okay? Why would they need to talk about it? He's going after your business, okay? He doesn't care about you personally. You have to deflect from everyone else with your fucking broad scale assumptions for this to even fucking muster in the genuineness of the do not harass people. It comes off as fucking completely disingenuous. Remember, for anyone out there who doesn't know, Grummz has a degree, a bachelor's in, I think, psychology or something. I guess that's sort of a secondary to his legal degree. Okay, he's got a lawyer degree, yet he went into games, specifically finding money to sort of make games. That's what he's known for, getting the money. He's a money's man. I'll trust him when he comes to money. With game development, I don't know how far. He has to know a few things, I guess, okay? I don't think he could have gotten away with knowing nothing about game development, being in the field for as long as he is, but primarily, he's a money man.
Ever.
You know, okay, so
That I am. Don't do it.
so shortly after you posted your post, Nick came out, and we're doing a little, you said, he said here. Now, no, well, we're going to talk about how video game journalism is, it's fallen on its face with IGN acquiring all these companies and stuff, but I had to do a little bit of video game journalist.
I love you how even Craig has to fucking get the qualifier. I mean, it is a legitimate concern, but personally, it's a sign that video game journalism and video games and media in general, anyone who knows about the technology life cycle, yeah. When Disney buys up everything, when these media companies buy up everything to bring under the umbrella, Microsoft buying up everything, that's an indication that these things are going into a declining state. Okay. And I really do think AA or indie game development is where games are going to be at. But moving on, it might give you some hope. AAA is probably going to be shit. Sorry. Or maybe artsy or just really dumbass, broad, made for everyone type of games that aren't really worth most people who consider themselves gamers' time.
Journalism works it this morning, and I'm going to share some of the conversation that I had with Nick via DM. He said it's okay if I share that because I had to ask him questions based off everything. But first, I want to read his public statement. So he said his public statement was, Mark Kern is accusing me of doxing him now, but no such thing has ever happened. His address
Correct. Learn the definition of dox, dude.
Was never shared in our Discord. A public LinkedIn account was, along with the public business filings records for Crixel Labs LLC. I'm guessing that's your company?
Yes.
Okay. Was that public knowledge before just
Look,
now?
everything is public knowledge.
Right.
Everybody's information is out.
Yep. Okay. Public knowledge. It's not doxing. Stop being a dipshit and trying to turn this around. Go on.
There. Unless you use a data scrubbing service, anyone can pay $20 and get the information on anybody. Personal address is included. Just because it's out there on the net doesn't mean it's right.
That's not correct. If you use an alt, okay? If you don't use your real name, you can't do that easily, okay? And you have to make it difficult. Use alternative names, okay? There's many things you can take, but you are big name, okay? There's no way you can go back and hide, and okay? And do you have the money for this? Maybe you should have thought about it. You're always going on about the harassment, how you're being targeted. Why only now do you fucking think of this? Again, this just does not make sense. This just doesn't make any sense to me. This is either full-born autism, retardation, brain dead stupidity, or he's fucking making himself a target. This is a tactical move. I can't, the only thing I can think of is he's just trying to delay this video from coming out, or delay this investigation. That's the only logical conclusion I can come up with. What else could it be? Because this is not doxing. He's fucking admitted it. He's creating a sort of moral outrage over something that's not doxing by spinning up this fucking bullshit narrative.
Post it. And he claims this is a company filing. Has it occurred to him that a small indie company may not have a corporate office and that might be a home? Has it even occurred to him?
Has it ever occurred to you? It's public knowledge. Why is he talking past the point? No, he's got to drum the beats and get the outrage to distract from the points being brought up. Public knowledge, but no, moral commendation of actually taking decent steps, because he was having a little bit of fun investigating with some members of the Discord who we don't know if he asked them or if they asked to join him. We don't fucking know.
Just doxed me again by tweeting that. Fuck that guy.
It's not a dox.
He continues. He says, the out of context post they're pointing out as me taking down is for the Crixel Labs filing as its public record, but it didn't need to be in our Discord, so I had them removed. I have zero personal information.
Let me correct that.
Sure.
Discord does not allow you to edit someone else's message, even if you are a moderator. Okay.
What the hell? What is he's talking about? How's that addressing this point? Fucking needless interjection when you don't fucking need it. Fucking bullshit. Rhetorical. Probably more of a debate strategy. Just interrupt any information that's being presented to your audience and only use information about your critics. Only talk about your critics when they make a failing. And that's what Kern has done. This is why he doesn't talk about Nick, except for when he fucks up, okay? And he's fucked up, I wouldn't even say majorly. I would say mediumly with falling for Gigabear's thing, and a very minor point that Kern harped on him for. It's fucking bullshit, standard bad faith tactics, okay?
I looked into this. The person who doxed me later edited it. He took zero action.
It wasn't a dox. So why would action needs to be taken against him?
And so no warnings, no suspensions. Just thank you. Send me fucking more. Just DM it to me so I don't get banned.
No. The cope is real. Okay. I should just laugh at his dumb ass. Okay. Again, he didn't want that information up. He would rather it be private. It's doing the sensible thing. If he doesn't want it public. If you're looking into this, fine. Okay, don't put it on the public Discord. Sounds sensible to me, but no, he's spinning this. Oh yeah, send me that personal stuff. Fucking hell, this is so much bullshit.
I see some people in the chat. They're saying, "Hey, you need to get a PO box." And I think what those people don't understand is that when you register a business, you literally cannot register a business through a PO box, which I think is a massive hole when it comes to specifically, that's an outdated form of business registry.
You can't do that. You have to put a street address on there. And look, there is no way for me. Nick just doxed me again, right on X. And because he has me blocked,
Docs. Very beginning of the stream, I went over think before you dox. He's using the same fucking thing as a leftist here. Same exact tactic to avoid it. Hell, this is even worse. He's calling for the deplatformation of the lead editor of Second Wind, a group that got tired of the corporate sort of overlord. So they went out and crowdfunded, okay? And he's not even fucking clarifying yet that 54,000 that they make a month, that's not going into Nick's pocket. That's for the whole group. The sort of what they need as a business and to pay each contributor. Okay, that doesn't even sound like a whole heck of a lot for all that shit.
There is no way for me to report that. How do I do that, Elon? How do I report this guy who's doxing me right now on your platform?
What? He's not doxing you. This is just, he just has to keep harping on that. He has no defense. Dude has no fucking defense.
He continues. He says, as for his quote receipts, it's all right there. I specifically said I had no interest in his personal details, just business details. He can play the victim all he wants, including contacting authorities. If so, please, but as no personal information as his was shared.
Look, people have been canceled, deplatformed for less. People have on Twitch.
Okay. Why are you not addressing what he's saying? Again, a simple thing to address. Why do you need to go into the moral panic stuff here? Talking about other shit, other people, fucking bull.
Streams, put a bounty on my head for $30,000. When is this going to stop? Where do we draw the line?
Do you feel that? And we've had this conversation several times in the show. Do you like those threats were credible? Or
I believe the first one was.
The 20,000.
The first one was the 10,000, and then after that, I believe that the others were in joke. But listen,
I'm glad he can at least admit that. I don't even think the first threat was credible. Okay, I think that was just some dipshit making a sort of throwaway comment, and one of these guys was able to be like, "Oh shit, here's a threat on Grummz. We need to act on it. We need to keep up his victim narrative," and that sort of making a big deal out of it. Had other people jump onto it. Okay, dumbass people like Denims and other dumbass leftists, but besides the point.
We normalize these jokes. Where do they lead? Death threat jokes, okay? I don't think death threat jokes are ever okay. Look what happened to Jeremy, the quartering. He had death threat jokes, he had violence jokes, and the person who made the joke punched him, sucker punched him from the back at a con. And what did the convention do? Did they hold that person accountable? No.
Did he? Okay, I remember a bar fight he got into. Maybe he's gotten hit more than once. Okay. Or it doesn't matter. But yeah, I do remember the quartering getting hit. Okay. So many death threats. He got a punch. Okay.
They banned Jeremy from the conference.
Yeah.
When is this going to stop? This leads to real violence. We know it leads to real violence.
Moral outrage.
And Nick is complicit in encouraging it. He has not banned that user. If he felt that was wrong, why didn't he ban him? Why isn't he taking any single fucking
I'm not
action?
laughing at the joke. I'm laughing at this
I asked him, I said, you personally, okay, and this is our conversation via DM. I'm going to read it verbatim, just so everybody is on the same page. He said, dude, read the receipts he has. It's clear as day nothing personal was shared about him in any form. We wouldn't allow that to happen in any form on our Discord. I responded, I said, you personally didn't.
He just did on Twitter. He just did. Fuck that guy.
When you say, and then, okay, let's get a little clarity here. When you say doxing, right, you mean your personal address or your location? What specifically do you mean by that, Grummz?
True. It's generally hard to tell in reality. I mean, it's fair enough. He acknowledged that the rest of them were jokes. Most of them were jokes, but the first one he thinks was real. I just disagree. Fair enough. Maybe it was just the phrasing and the lip. Yeah, there is a difference between jokes and reality, bud. As I said, I sort of get behind. You don't want to normalize death threats online. Okay. Maybe among your friends, but in public, it's just a stupid thing to do. There's just so much political and social tension overall.
Where people live, where family lives.
But yeah.
You mean the general area?
Actions.
Where people, no, it was
people
more than
should
that.
be held accountable.
And the link
for
he
the real
posted,
world
it's more
violence.
than that.
Jokes. You can mock them and definitely shame
and
them
he's saying it's all public. He's saying
street address.
a street address with numbers on it?
Look, it's all public. You can get any information you want on anybody for $20 through data brokers. Okay. And even though when this,
And again, this is the dumbest shit he can do. He's like, yeah, you can completely know my information. He doxed me. Did he really? Well, not really, but data brokers. Why are you fucking telling people this? And who would spend $20 to fucking get your information? Maybe some fucking insane people, but oh god.
this all started, I started to sign up for data brokers. It takes 60 to 90 days for them to scrub that.
Okay.
Just because it's out on the internet isn't right to encourage people.
There's no encouragement. Again, why didn't you, if you know about all this, why didn't you do this before now? You didn't think these, did you hype up all these death threat joke that you omit were mostly jokes, and all the other jokes you made about you being targeted and harassed? You just think of this now. This just doesn't make any sense.
To post it when there are death threats against that person. That is completely irresponsible.
One death threat, the rest are jokes, Grum. You just said it yourself. Oh God.
I don't think anybody just.
That is reprehensible. That
Moral
is inciting
outrage,
violence.
Blah, blah,
They love
blah.
to say, oh, by putting a sexy woman in Stellar Blade, you're literally going to get women killed. This motherfucker is trying to get me killed.
So
What?
I followed up. I pushed him a little bit. I said, so just to confirm, you're saying his
Public
address was never posted and no
information.
personal information, phone numbers, family info, etc., has been listed on your Discord. His response, correct. No personal, nothing personal was ever shared. It was ever shared in our Discord about Mark Kern.
That's wrong.
He said the quote
That's wrong.
secret.
That's
Hold on,
wrong.
let me
No,
continue.
I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to entertain this anymore. I'm
Okay.
furious. I need to take action. I have to call the police now and let them know that I might be swatted.
I can't let anyone in my audience know any more about this. Okay. They might start questioning me. Okay. They might question my narrative if you keep just highlighting this. Okay. I can feed them whatever bullshit I want. They're not going to listen to me. They might listen to Craig a little bit, crossover. He has some influence. Okay. Oh,
Okay. I have to contact all my family members and let them know. This is completely
And he's
irresponsible.
acting
I
like-
will not platform him, Craig. I'm sorry.
his complete overreaction to this, to public information, just tells me I think he knows what he's doing here. This is just freaking, who buys this shit? Who buys? I mean, even Craig, even they aren't chiming in. Okay, they're like, oh, we can't say anything. Grubbs has been a real force in this industry.
I will
Sure.
not entertain his DM anymore because of what he did. The gloves are off. Okay? The gloves are off. This guy has been stalking me for almost 2 months, tweeting about me nonstop. When
Investigation. Be honest about it, okay? What is his motives? Investigation. It's not stalking. Your audience, at least, you got this narrative about journalists, which is fucking bad. And putting Nick in the same category as the people at Kotaku or any of these places is just simply absurd, but they don't know. Okay, all journalists are bad. Urinals. I didn't fucking know that term before recently. Because I just don't listen to journalists talking about video games. They are trash, okay? Most part, okay? There's probably a few ones, a few data that they can get to. I'm fine with data, but opinion pieces like Kotaku about holes triggering someone, I just laugh at that shit. Is that really doing anything except for fucking making these sort of outlets a joke? I don't think it is.
do I mention him? I barely talk about it. I think I've made 3 tweets about him in the whole time.
Again, only when Nick fucks up or he can use something against Nick does he tweet about him. Okay. Yeah. One of the times was him talking about, yeah, I'm not going to pursue legal action for him investigating Ember. He doesn't say that. He just says, he implies it because in his Discord, if the screenshots to be believed, he called him a Kotaku journalist who's only going after him for his campaign, okay, when he's concerned about the scam. Again, Nick, the story, you can believe him or not, he's saying he investigated the day before, found the investigation fun. He got out of the the escapist thing, was able to try new things. So he investigated that, and he liked doing that for the second wind. So trying to look for something else. I'm doing a little bit of assuming here. Your project came up because you came a name of prominence, so he started looking into it, and it's sus shit. 2 years, almost no development on this little game.
Time. One was when he was so rabid to get me that he fell for a sting operation that one of my supporters, who also was the one who revealed this dox, by the way, support.
And be honest, he's the one who sort of tipped. He was one of the people who was demanding that you were scamming him for $15K. He wasn't satisfied with the results, how slow the development of the game's going, so he demanded the money back. You had some conditions for it. He was trying to. They strongly convinced you have GigaBear under an NDA. Not fact or not, he was trying to prove that. That's what he fell for. We don't know if he's under NDA or not, okay? Nick did the responsible thing and like, I fucked up, okay? This is not credible. I can't even use fucking this GigaBear's claims anymore, okay? If he uses in the video, he's an idiot and going back on his word, and I will judge him for it. He can mention his little adventure with GigaBear, but he can't use the 50K sort of shit from GigaBear because untrustworthy. He has to use something else if he wants to prove your game is a scam. Okay, fair enough. He took the hit.
By the name of GigaBear. He went undercover into the Discord to discover this, okay? And he also set up a sting against Nick where he published what seemed to be damning information. And before Nick verified it, Nick ran with it. But what he didn't know was that it was
damning information. It just confirmed a hypothesis he already had. Stop trying to overhype the significance of GigaBear. You're going to give the I believe he would say it himself, a fat, effationist, furry guy, big size guy, just a really weird guy.
A sting. And that if he had half a brain cell, he could have realized that the name of the person reporting it was an anagram for urinalist. Okay? That's how rabid he was.
I didn't even know about the nickname for journalists as urinalist, okay? But I don't care about journalists, okay? Fair enough.
And he actually sent back. He said, look, I need confirmation before I can publish this. But he never heard back. So you know what he did? He ran with it. That's the first thing he did. And he was revealed to be a fraud then. And he has tweeted about me nonstop. And now he's come after me.
Okay, how did it reveal him to be a fraud? You're just going to say that as a fact. People are going to believe you. Don't look at Nick's, well, they can't now. He's locked down. Fuck. No one can look at his investigation. Oh, except for I outlined a good chunk of it in one of my streams. Okay. Anyone wants to know his investigation? I'm a little spotty, so, and he will have a video on it, I hope.
For me, and he's irresponsibly weaponized an entire Discord of thousands of people against me. And he's encouraging them to send him privately information about me, both private and public information. He wants it all. But he doesn't want anything private posted in public on the Discord because he knows that would get him
doesn't know shit. He's not a
but what he
mind
doesn't
reader.
know is
He
by
can't know
posting
any of this.
that company information, he has posted the home address of family. And he can.
And now you're telling people that, okay? What the fuck? This is just completely brain dead. No one would know this except for you're telling them this to make yourself look like a victim. You're putting yourself more at risk, your family more at risk. You be quiet about this shit and take precautions if you're worried about this. Not fucking just spill all the beans about how people. He didn't reveal your public information. He revealed enough that people could find it, would know that they could get these data brokers. What the fuck sort of. He has to be the dumbest fucking man alive. Or more likely, he's just fucking setting up this narrative to sort of distract from something else. Not necessarily that, he's in debt and maybe he spent the money he got for Ember on paying back his own debt or own personal life instead of putting it into the game, which would make it a scam if that's the case. But we don't have the numbers. You can just reveal what happened to the GoFundMe money. Keffels talked about it a little bit. She was exposed. I'm hoping. I don't assume Grummz is that stupid to really expose that to people, but Maybe there's stuff out there. Reveal the truth. The truth is out there. The X-Files. Since they call it Twitter X now, that might make sense.
Continues to double down. This is the behavior that they accuse us of doing that they never can prove. And when we have proof, they say, I am a journalist.
When has Nick ever done that? Why are you using other people? Generalizations about other people sort of deflect from this fucking petty ass shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna harp on. Okay, just laugh. Oh God. Oh, laugh at all this fucking sad ass shit. I am a completionist. Let me see this out. Even if this whole thing is all
$20.
a little boring.
Anything you want. Anything.
So obviously you're not, I mean, it goes out saying, you're saying, do not counter this by any means. It's your job to take the next step. And you're saying the next step for you is—
As furious as I am,
Mhm.
do not harass this guy. Tell me how I can file a legitimate report, because I don't know how to file a report against someone who's blocked me, the fucking coward who blocks me and doxes me and goes after me every day.
Again, not a dox. He's investigating your fucking little game, which is definitely a suspect. Okay. Why do I have to keep correcting him? I don't fucking know. It just annoys me, the shit coming out of his mouth. Okay. Illusionary truth effect. You say something enough, people start to believe it to be the truth. It's not the truth. It's not a dox. Okay. Stop saying it. There's other bullshit you said. Did I miss where he corrected that the 54,000 isn't just going into Nick's pocket? It's going to everyone at second Yahtzee. Fucking other people. There's like Nick Frost, I think, other Frost.
Hides behind a block and earns $54,000
And you have him blocked too, which I think is going to come up.
a month doing it. Tell me how I'm supposed to fight that. Don't go after him. Do not dox anyone. Do not put that person in the same danger that that person has so carelessly and recklessly.
It doesn't seem like your fans are listening, Grummz. You whipped up such a furious anger at this guy. They're like, yeah, Grummz is such a good guy. But you know what? He's too good. Okay. We need to protect him. We need to make this guy suffer for what he's doing for Grummz. Okay. And I can't say this is Grummz's attention, but this is definitely the effect we are seeing. This is the effect we've seen a lot from the fan base, and it seems to just be accelerating as this campaign of Grummz has been going on. Okay, dismiss the evidence, or just there's a lot of people saying he deserves people threatening his family. I'm sure Grummz would disavow this. I disavow it. Okay. I don't think he should be otherized and making him seem like this. And also, you can't be this stupid to try to think this is a dox, despite all, even Craig bringing this as public and keep on reframing it as a dox. Okay. It doesn't work that way. Reality, words have meaning. Fucking leftists try to distort words like racism. P plus plea equals R. Prejudice plus power equals racism. So therefore, white people can't be racist. Bullshit. Okay, stop redefining words. You are helping people trying to distort reality. That's as simple as that.
Put me in. Don't go to that level. He's scum. Don't be scum.
So what will be your next step? Are you talking to a lawyer? Are you?
I'm furious. I have no idea. This is come to light, and I'm going to bring it down now. I need to calm down. But obviously, I am calling on X.
Whoa, he came down real quick, almost like that was a performance. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it is, but he was real good at calming down after the furious of Furioso.
To deplatform him, I'm calling on Discord to ban his Discord server, which is full of this information and the encouragement by the moderators and praise. Most fun I've had, they said. Most fun I've had. Let's keep doing it. Yeah, that's got to stop. I'm calling on YouTube to deplatform him. And I'm calling on Patreon to deplatform him. A person should not earn $54,000 a month going after people.
Listen to this, okay? Let's see if he's like, no one else report him, okay? Let's see if we get it, okay? Do not harass him. Remember, don't harass, don't dox. Oh, is he going to qualify? You shouldn't mass report him. I think that would be actually good to do. Grummz, you going to qualify? Other people shouldn't mass report all his accounts.
That's not right.
Well, we have
As far as legal options, I have no idea. I have not spoken to an attorney. Up until 5 minutes ago, Nick didn't directly post my information, but he just did. Do the right thing and ban
better
these
than
users.
before.
Stop encouraging them
Know what happens
to dig up dirt for
after.
your personal vendetta. I've done nothing.
No, you haven't. Okay. This is not a personal vendetta. Maybe you're trying to make it personal now by trying to deplatform him. Okay. Fair enough. He went private.
I don't tweet about it. I've done nothing to you. Stop it. That's what I'm asking him to do. And if users are upset, they can help me by figuring out how I can file reports, because I don't know.
Oh, users can help me by helping him figure out how to file reports. Not that hard for YouTube. I don't think it's that hard for Twitter. This is definitely not the Nick is not green thing where he showed it. This is almost the opposite. Is he really playing that? Maybe he is playing dumb. Maybe he's that much of a boomer. Remember, he's over 50. I think 56, if I'm correct. Okay. It still seems weird that he's on Twitter and he doesn't know how to file this. I wonder if there's conflicting information with that, but that's just theory work.
Know how and what type of documentation I need. And my DMs are open. You can follow me at Grummz. You can subscribe to me for my game library, which might turn into a legal fund at this point. Who knows? But please don't go.
What legal fund? I don't think Kern's going to do this. Okay. This would be the dumbest thing ever. Kern has to, there is no way. The prediction here, there's no way that Grummz is going to fucking, to fight back legally. Okay. They will do discovery. Okay. And if there's really shady shit with finances with Grummz, I don't see how he can do anything but avoid legal case. If he does a legal thing, maybe his finances aren't as shady as they seem to be. Okay. And maybe he can avoid it legally. Okay. There probably are ways to go around it, but Discovery is going to be a bitch. Disney, I think, got hit with Discovery with a couple of things that got either leaked or was actually public. I don't remember which. It's just dumb to get into a legal battle when maybe another reason Keffels didn't fucking go into a legal thing. Probably not. Who knows?
So after these people, and don't do anything illegal, and I'm going to say it again, don't harass them.
Let me ask you a larger question. This is actually for everybody, right? We've seen things elevate in the last few weeks, few months in the video game space. Obviously, things kind of turned up a little bit about 8 weeks ago, 10 weeks ago with.
Yes, and who's been echoing that and hyping it up for the last 2 months? Ask yourself that. Would have things gotten this escalated? Maybe. I don't think they would be this bad if it wasn't for Grummz and Cabrutus's sort of operation. Okay, it's fine. You want to put the games on the website, but they're starting to pretty much do open investigations, open sources to go after community mods and other things there. They're going on the attack. When they were on the defense, just like, here's the games. Okay. You want to know what games have Sweet Baby Inc. or wokeness? Fine. Fine. But they're taking it to the Twitter, to social media to go after these darn wokies. And I'm not a fan of a lot of these people. Okay. I can't defend their ideas, but I definitely find the sort of operation method not helpful for calming things down. Okay. Maybe I'm the one in the wrong, but I don't think I am. But of course I wouldn't.
The Sweet Baby stuff that came out and that kind of raised the temperature a little bit. And we saw the Kotaku blogger reach out to a YouTuber's wife, and then she got upset because she got it back.
She definitely overreacted to Smash. JD retweeting someone who talked about virtual therapeutic, was it execution or torture of her? Okay, she definitely overreacted to that. Lefties tend to be over emotional. Okay, not a defense, and she crossed the line for a journalist. Okay, but not going to defend it, but I definitely do understand why she would have overreacted to something very stupid. And he did apologize. Frankly, I wish she would have been like, I'm sorry for that. But you know what? Double down effect is a thing.
Claim she got doxxed. She didn't post receipts. I posted receipts. They never have receipts. They
Right.
always say this happens, and they
What receipts of being doxxed? You weren't doxxed, okay? Your information's public. There's no receipts of you being doxxed. Most people don't want to talk about this. She's dumb for even bringing this up, but fucking hell. Not like they're not trying to play the counter victim narrative. It's just a cycle of I'm the oppressor, the other side are the racists, the other side are the harassers, blah, blah, blah. Just a fucking death spiral, in my opinion. It's not a good way to do it.
never have receipts. I have receipts, and I'm so furious. I'm sharing them.
So how do y'all feel we got to this point? Is this just
Tweeting
illegal?
over video games, man.
Right.
Tweeting
Right.
over video games because it's against the message. It's against the message, and these people are losing. And as they lose, they're resorting to more and more desperate illegal measures in order to try to win, try to impose their ideology.
Okay, what illegal measures? Okay. Can you give me an example? Death threats, that only one of them? Yeah. Oh, I'll even help him out. Someone falsely reported him for some stupid thing that the FBI probably didn't take seriously because it was filled out so retarded. They probably just threw that in the trash after reading it for like 5 seconds. Like, this is bullshit. Okay. But technically it is illegal, but
Against all of us. Try to prevent free thinking. Try to prevent informed consumers. You know what they did to Cabrutus' site? They DDoS'd him again, twice. I just tweeted about that this morning before.
who did? Okay. Who did it? And I really am putting this in doubt on a couple different levels. That site is like, it's barely functional as it is. Okay. That could just be crashing. Okay. After getting so many customers. Maybe there are attempts to DDoS it. Okay. He's got protection and it's down again. Okay. Good that he's keeping it on. I'm a little sus of his fucking DEI fucking list. Okay. He fucking found some excuse for putting Bellarmine Games crappy little visual novel that doesn't even look like something I would play. Hell, it probably got more sales by putting on DEI detected. Didn't look, I wouldn't have known about it. I wouldn't have cared about it. Maybe some outside consumers would like it. I don't fucking know, but it probably actually got more sales thanks to your efforts in reality, but it's just petty. Had to find an excuse to put that on his almighty list.
Or I made my post about the doxing. They're going after Cabrutus. They're going after me for telling consumers that these games have DEI and you may not want to buy them. You may want to make an informed decision. And
yeah, and it's fine. You can completely do all this. It's completely fine. What about all your stuff on Twitter where you're going after community managers now? Hell, some games there's a list for bad community managers just because they don't want to deal with people asking if they have Sweet Baby Ink. How many people are asking? Yes, asking questions is not harassment. But when you have a whole bunch of people asking the same question incessantly over and over again, that's technically just asking questions. That would fall within line. That would definitely seem like harassment to a forum, okay? I'm not saying that's what's done, but it's just completely reasonable to see that they're probably being flooded with people asking them questions and them just banning people. Maybe they even interact with a few of them and like, okay, we don't. Then they keep getting it asked over and over again. Maybe I shouldn't step too far into that territory. Theory work is always tough, okay? But I'm trying to be fair to this.
Meanwhile, they are so desperate. They're not only doxing us, they are not only trying to attack us every single day from behind.
Again, besides your little fiction about you being doxxed, who else was doxxed? By at least currently. I think one of his minions had his little retweet. Oh, me and my wife were doxxed, blah, blah, blah. Was it by these people? I don't fucking know. Was it recently because of this campaign? I don't think it was. Okay. Who was doxxed recently? Okay. Please say.
The cowardly block, they are retconning history. They are altering wikis for Warhammer. They're altering wikis for historical figures like Yasuke and trying to make
that is not confirmed. I don't fucking know how you can prove it. If you're there is a good possibility people are trying to edit it and people editing it back to the original. I don't trust this sort of wiki thing. Okay. Maybe Warhammer, you have a case. Okay. Fair enough. With the sort of Yasuke thing. Sorry, I press X to doubt on that. But how do you prove it? How do you make the claim that you aren't editing it incessantly? If it's being edited, obviously people on your side are probably trying to edit it, and other people with the other side is probably editing it back. What was it originally? Maybe there's actually probably would actually be smart to actually look up fucking well wait Maybe just look at the history. Who the fuck knows? Don't care at this point. Not getting into that.
Fiction, reality, in front of our very eyes. Everyone needs to wake up to this.
Arch, you've been on, deplatformed recently, without even being on a platform. you were removed from a server without even
I don't care about Arch's take.
He puts the thumbs down, not recommended by it, right?
Right.
And this set off the insanity. Okay, this set off the utter insanity. And where I got the most hate was my petition to free Stellar Blade, which, by the way, we're in the last week. People are going to say I shill. I make no money off this. In fact, I got to pay to get it printed and sent to offices, right? So
you got paid in exposure. Well, he's probably right about this. Use this as a deflection. Okay. Yeah, you're doing this campaign. You're probably being honest. You're having to pay to get this campaign done. Fair enough. But you're definitely getting some clout, some credibility. Okay. Because I think is it being honest here that he's actually paying money, or probably more likely his supporters are paying money. But I don't think he's making any money off of it. Not directly, at least.
When I had this petition to say, hey, this company made claims that their game is uncensored, but it's provable that they censored their game. And the amount of death threats I got just for that was insane. And that amped it up another level. And then I started
again, what death threats? You're saying there was one death threat you think was not a joke. You think the rest were jokes. And you keep bringing this up. He's contradicting himself. Death threat. According to your own thing that you think almost all the others. It's just going back on pretty much what he said earlier. Sign someone not being honest. Have to make themselves like they're a true target. And I legitimately believe there's some people who would hurt Grummz if given the chance, okay? There's always going to be stupid people on both sides who will fucking just take a target out, okay? They don't need to get paid for anything for it, especially not the left, who really finds sort of a solace in this. Hell, Rightoids probably at this point would do the same. Probably be smarter about it than the leftoids, at least.
Along with Arch and everyone else, highlighting what was going on in gaming around us with DEI and wokeness, right? And we talked about Warhammer. We talked about 40K and the Femstodes controversy, right? That got me a lot of hate. That got Arch a lot of hate. Arch is what? You're a forbidden term among GW employees? Is that what it is?
I am. Yes, they can't talk about me.
Yeah, and you can't talk about...
Join me in solidarity, brother of the hate campaign. Come. Stand solidarity with me.
About me in Helldivers Discord now, because I pointed out how inept their community management was, right? You can't mention my name there now, too. They are actively trying to excise us for talking about it, right? For talking about what they're doing and just retweeting what they say publicly on social media. And then we got death threats, right? I think
you are also calling them racist, game hating wokeoids who have the woke mind virus, who's trying to erase you and kill you. Practically genocidal talk over some really dumb talk, okay? Purge the gamers. They're trying to kill us. I'm not joking. No, they want you out of the fucking communities, okay? They think you're toxic pieces of shit who are annoying and probably racist, bigoted, sexist, and all that other stuff. That's what they think. And there probably is some people within your ranks who legitimately think that way and use the more people who use it as joking. That's just the God honest truth. Accept it. But fucking hell, hype up the fucking docs, which isn't real. The death threats, which Grummz thinks almost all of them are he himself. I probably shouldn't do it. Yeah, he only admits he thinks most of them are jokes, except for the initial one.
You got death threats during the Stellar Blade thing, right? And that's when the $10,000 bounty was put on my head.
Yeah,
and the jokes. And then the jokes came, and then now it's up to 20, now it's up to 30, then 50, then 100, right? But this type of normalization of violence, calling for someone's death as a joke.
Yeah. After saying death threats, he reiterates that, yeah, the first one was a real one. I have doubts on that. And the rest were jokes. What were you going on about real death threats? Then you're going into the joking death.
Is okay is not okay, right? And this leads to actual violence. And now we're at
but it hasn't, okay? And yeah, let's hope it doesn't.
Somebody who's got such a hate boner who has a huge platform, huge YouTube channel, $54,000 a month on Patreon, you know, who can't stop tweeting about me every day, every
Do they finally correct him here? Okay.
day. And now he's gone as far as
It's like
to
the
actually
fourth or
publish
fifth time.
family dresses, and he just did on Twitter. I can say that now because, according to your
Yeah, you did it on Discord and had them retract, and you still calling it a dox. What the fuck? Why should he care at this point?
DM, and you can confirm this, he posted that link, right?
That is what he that is his post that he put live on Twitter, which I'll pull up right now. This is the post that he posted here. He's talking about it here, the business filings.
Well, he actually linked it to a site called 6 Cents or Sense 6, something like that, which is a corporate data site. And so
I do have that pulled up.
If that happened, and I'm not saying it did because I don't have the tweet handy. If that happened, he just doxed me. Okay.
No.
And not only that, he's doing nothing to discourage this. You know, they talk about how you have to be responsible for your platform. You have to, police your followers, all this stuff. But he's actually.
Does he say it? Are you trying to lump him in with all the other leftists? Again, there's different type of people on the left. There's center left people who might actually be down with some of you guys. Okay. Then there's the more soft lefts who you think you're cringe. Then you got the hard line left. That's where you're gonna have to worry about. Personally, I think a lot of people are in the soft left. Okay, they think you're probably bigoted, racist, blah blah blah. But shit, you're not doing yourself any favors on social media to sort of dispel that. Okay, creating this victim narrative, seems like you're hiding something to them, and I agree. Definitely seems like you're fucking pulling some fucking little 4D chess bullshit. And my 4Ds don't know about motivation. Really hard to tell. Dishonest, dumb, delusional, or D, all of above. Mandatory 4D commentary when need to throw in at least by the end. Which hopefully it'll be over.
Encouraging this. He's saying, send it to me, send it to me, send it to me. Over and over. Oh, it's private? Send that to me too. Just don't post it publicly.
Yes, he would rather you DM it to him instead of publicly putting public information out. Extra careful, and you're turning this into some bullshit.
Right? And does he ban these users? Does he discourage them in any way? No. And they're on his Discord. So so we are now.
Yes, but it's public information. Okay, he's encouraged them to not post this shit publicly, to DM them to him privately. Okay,
point where we've gone from a Steam curator list with no defamatory information, just factual information about consumer choices.
Nothing to do with Nick. Okay, deflecting, switching to the hate campaign that is coming down to you and Cabrutus,
which they don't want you to have. So much so that today that website is under DOS attack. And they doxed me. Okay, that's where we are.
They didn't dox you. We do not know where the DOS account. In reality, it could be a fucking false flag. People could be doing it just to make you guys look like victims. I'm not saying that's what's happening. Might be the leftists. Who the fuck knows? And the site stability is in question in general, in my opinion. I would like someone more technical to do it. I think I've heard some technical people be like, this is rather shoddy building work. And I think it's Cabrutus has a rather amateur person working on it, self-admittedly. Maybe they had better people to work on it, getting the protection. Okay, get the protection. Today. Fucking hell.
And you know what? They're going to gaslight us. They're going to say that we're the ones doing this, when it's plain to see that they are.
Protection detected, opinion rejected. Okay. This is gaslighting. Okay. Illusionary truth effect. Okay. Maybe they'll do the same back to you. I'm not going to say this is gaslighting war. Fucking hell. And I'm fucking caught in the middle of fucking dumbasses on both sides. Fuck. Stuck in the middle.
Why do you feel that you become such a target?
I have no clue. I reluctantly stepped into this. I said, when Cabrutus's list first went up, I tried to backpedal from it. I wouldn't talk about it. I said, there's this list, whatever. Because I knew if I stepped in it, this would be the reaction. Because I saw what they did in Gamergate 1 to other people, right? And I saw nobody else talking about this. And I remember what really galvanized me was Elon's tweet saying that the woke mind virus is a threat to civilization, right? Something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
so you started to pick up on that narrative. Beautiful. Love it. Elon said it. Work off of what Elon's doing. He's got quite a following himself.
When I said I need to do something, I need to speak out. I need to talk about this stuff. And I do games, so even though this is a problem that's far wider than games, I'm going to talk about games. And for some reason, they lost their minds. They lost their minds when I did that. And people started following me. And there was someone else trying to ride a publicity wave here. That was Alyssa Mercante, right? She went on the talk shows thing. She tried to drum support. And the tide has turned. People don't want to listen to that. They're tired of the
talk shows. I think she went on a few streams that fucking are rather pathetic. In fact, I've seen people like Hypnotic and people from your side mocking the stream she's gone on for the low view count. Yeah, maybe she went on something serious. Did she go on news networks, real talk shows? I don't fucking know. I don't even care to check. Okay, I'll give it to him. He's being really vague, so fuck y'all.
woke stuff. And that's why I started to get popular. And the more popular I get, the more of a target I was, for some reason, to these ridiculous lengths, bounties, death threats, doxing over video games. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk.
You weren't doxed, even by your own words, one death threat, which I doubt on, and the rest are jokes. And I don't even know the third thing.
Talk about, how I feel about the woke mind virus and what it's doing to civilization. I don't talk about elections. And people have defaced my Wikipedia over and over again. This has just been ridiculous. And it's because they're losing. It's because they're losing and they know it. That's why it's gotten to this length, because what's at stake here is more than games. What's at stake here is their grip, their death grip over ideology and the masses. And they want this. They want this badly, and they will do anything to get it. And they don't care who dies. Look at Ed Piskor? Is that his name?
They don't care who dies. Who's died recently? Who the what sort of example is he going to pull from here?
The comics
guy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he self-deleted from, these false allegations, these trumped up allegations against him, and then they celebrated afterwards. Look, when the earthquake hit Taiwan, and I have family there, they
Yeah, false allegations can cause someone. You know who's fighting back against false allegations? Not Gamergators, okay? It's the fucking commentary community jumps on this to either prove it or disprove it. I'm with the side that wants to go with when there's allegations made, shadow of the doubt before you condemn the man in the public sphere. Okay, that's the side I'm on. I'm very transparent about that. I want to make sure someone is worth the heinous sort of things. You will pretty much trump up things to make people seem more heinous than they really are. So I can't fucking trust you. This is just a clear sign. You're not trustworthy. You're not a reliable narrator. And maybe he can have some cope. He's overreacting about this later. That's probably his best approach. He's overreacting to this. Okay. He was just so angry that he ignored the definition despite everyone's it's public knowledge, okay? And they're not pressing him hard enough. They're giving him a pass because he's a big name now, okay? And this is fucking pathetic ass shit that he's not getting any criticism from anyone besides the fucking deranged leftoids.
Celebrated too. My Twitter feed was full of people saying, "Oh, wow, I hope they get it. I hope they're buried."
Oh, whoa. Star Citizen, are we going to actually fucking get maybe I'm thinking the wrong game, okay? Heard endlessly about something Star.
Okay, because it's what's more at stake here. It's not just games. We're fighting for civilization, right?
Here's where he switches it up. It's not just games. We're fighting for civilization.
I pick games because that's my bailiwick. That's where I can make a difference. But, and it's just disgusting, the lengths that they'll go through. And for years, we've been told that we're the ones that are doing this. But here they are out in the open, and we always have receipts, and they never have receipts.
Just because they're liars, does that mean you should fucking become liars to fight against them? Fighting fire with fire, dishonest tactics against dishonest people. I mean, the poetic irony is a little amusing, and I can say it's a little bit funny, but it's just gone too far. Gone too far for my taste of poetic justice. You keep ramping it up, it's just going to keep on fucking raising the temperature before real shit over video. As he said, just over video games. This is saying this rhetoric over just fucking video games.
Have you reached out to Nick personally to try to figure out, like, I mean,
Well, he's got me blocked, and personally, I have no intention of talking to him. Here's the mistake that people make. People believe that you can reason in good faith. People believe that if you just present the facts and make your point, you can shake hands and go along the way. And in Gamergate 1, I thought this too. I reached out to report.
Yes, facts don't lie, okay? Why are you lying about the facts, Mark, with the fucking redefinition of words? Okay, yeah. This is just all bullshit. I think someone like Tachyon Blue proves this is bullshit. You can agree to disagree on some things. You don't have to fight over it.
I had an open letter to reporters about the situation in GG1, and then I saw them completely ignore it, completely refuse to publish my articles where they used to publish me. And then
I don't know if it's true. I just know he's definitely sort of hinting that he had more of a factor on Gamergate 1, and it had more of an effect on him. Maybe it did have an effect. When I hear he went from neutral to pro Gamergate, okay. He was never against Gamergate, at least, okay. So that is that, and this is this. Tell me what you want. I'll tell you when this is over.
Start lying about the facts, not reporting on the bomb threats that were phoned in to the GG side. You know, I was watching it happen in real time, and I was amazed. And they take advantage of that. They know that you're fair. They know that you're reasonable, and they use that as a wedge to get into your communities and to turn the whole hobby against you.
Okay, what community, what thing? Okay, in the past, yes, I agree. That's how they got in, and they're mask off now. Really clear. You should really trust anyone you give authority. Okay, sorry, like 40K, it sounds like this encroachment's been a fight been going on. Anyone who gets in lets more people in. You just can't give them more power. Okay, if you set up a new community or yourself, you can definitely gatekeep it. Okay, there's no problem with that. Okay, you can gatekeep it. Okay, I mean, you can even bring in the left. I have everyone. Just give the people power you trust. Don't give power to people you don't trust, and make sure you can trust them. Okay, you give the power to the people on your side, and you let other people fight it out. Okay, fucking hell. What's so hard about that? Gatekeeping, it's hard after it's been infiltrated. If you invader proof it, you win. Okay, just be aware that people will try to take over, and you can take steps to stop that from happening. Maybe they won't always work, but you smart enough, you can fucking do it.
And there is no reasoning with Nick. Look, this guy has tweeted about me nonstop for 2 months. I have done nothing to him. Nothing, zero.
Again, illusionary truth effect. It's not personal, okay? He keeps on trying to make it like it's personal. It's not about your game, which the person who I don't know how he got tipped off to it, but I do know he saw enough sus stuff. He was attracted to sort of the claims GigaBear made about you scamming stuff, went with that, got tricked, blah, blah, blah. You tricked him on his behalf. Some crazy ass logic from GigaBear, okay? He did underestimated how crazy some people can be, okay? Fair enough. Fuck up there. Still, I mean, at this point, I could understand some anger, some animus between each other, because you're trying to deplatform him now. You are the one trying to cancel him. He is trying to investigate your game to see if it's a scam. And maybe he has the evidence, and he's talked to people about you personally, and he doesn't have a very good impression of you from what I've seen on his Twitter timeline. Okay, it's fair enough to have a bad opinion if you're talking to people, especially if you know those people, friends with those people who talk badly about you. Is it fair? No, but life is not fucking fair, Grummz. Okay. And assuming that these people should be fair to you when you're not being fair to them, and you mischaracterize them by exaggerating and fucking contradicting yourself in many places, is just fucking brain dead.
But he's made it his mission, okay, to go after me, to go after my family, to go after my career, to go after my business.
The last one's the only one that comes close to true. And if your game it proves to not be a scam, your business. I don't even know why I bother. Just
because I tweet about Stellar Blade, because I tweet about Warhammer
That has nothing to do with this. Okay. Why deflect to all this other oh, because you have no defense for your fucking game. That's why.
in ways that he doesn't like. There's no reasoning with that, Craig. I'm sorry.
Right. Do you?
And here's the mistake. It's a long-winded thing. You have to. People don't realize that they are in a war until it's too late. Okay, like people don't.
This is fucking straight up gaslighting, okay? Craig starts to, you go on and on, Grummz. Craig starts to speak up and you go on and on again. Like, okay, let me control the narrative. Let me make sure the audience knows this. And Craig is being a little bitch by letting you run over. Do you really have that much power? Fucking, how much power does Grummz have in this fucking space? It's fucking pathetic.
Realize what's at stake and how far these people will go until it's too late. So for the Warhammer community, for example, yeah, this is Femstodes, right?
He's got to get in the Arch is here. So some of his audience is here. He's got to hype up the Warhammer. I wonder if he just realized this now and they're like, oh, wait, Arch is here. Let me hype up this sort of a thing in the Warhammer.
If you don't speak up now, it'll be too late. You have to realize that this is not something that can be reasoned with. This is an ideology that wants to be imposed. And if you don't realize you're in a war, you will be taken advantage of.
You can't believe anything my critics say, even Nick. Believe me.
Just for the record, I just did a quick glance at you mentioned Nick tweeting about you, and I just did a quick search on advanced X search here, and you can see
Fucking Craig, soft defense. Okay, two separate
these
issues. Don't really have interest, no care about culture war antics, other than he's using it to drum up support for himself and eventually get the people to back his Kickstarter. Okay.
tweets that have been from his accounts.
Gigabear, blah, blah, blah. Nothing about Grummz. It's about Gigabear. Crowdfunding project.
About you.
That is for his Patreon thing. Patreon plans.
When the last,
It's not even alpha. Everything so far to get a vertical slice. Well, his current audience doesn't care. Here, he's actually talking about him directly. Doesn't care. Actually, he's more talking about the audience because he's saying everything they want to hear. It's in their rules. No controversy. You can get banned from Grummz Discord for politics or questioning his game. Gonna cry about that too.
However long it's been. So
Okay. Blah, blah, blah.
obviously,
Still waiting for him to show Asmongold that demo. Good point. So much worse, the day before, never took money from people before delivering the game. The day before, did the same thing as Grummz when I started digging in, trying to paint themselves as a victim and of press attacks and that they
you've been a
were
very
day before. This guy only shows up in people's feed to either call them a slur or play this game of whataboutism until he's blue in the face. Not the first time he's been in my feed, probably Gigabear. He is on that shit. And he's an annoying little twat who acts like he cares about an issue for attention. Don't bother.
hot topic for him over the.
You only cared about Grummz after he went after SBI. I only care about Grummz was doing when he started pulling the spotlight on himself. Never thought about him until he did that. Maybe don't pull the spotlight on yourself if you don't want people to wonder who you are.
Over the last several months.
Call it out on his tweet. He's only getting away with the grift because he keeps looking people into thinking these assets are new. Sounds like partially about him, mostly about the game.
Have you?
Oh yeah, that's the skin, the hot skin.
It's a sickness.
May I direct you to my takedown of the day before and Google my name in the day before. This is not the first scam I've gone after. when I sniff a game scam trying to gaslight their customers into a fake game, I dig.
How do you hate someone so?
He's mostly talking about the game and your relationship or about your psychotic fans, okay? What changed your mind, if you don't mind me asking, okay? Are you confident the project will have, probably talking about, yeah, Giga Bear Panda, Grummz. Did he promise a refund or anything? Best move on, hola.
So much that you're a video game journalist. You're supposed to be reporting on games, but you're
Yes, he's reporting on your video game. So you know he's a scammer then? I mean, I didn't say it, he did. Even put the screenshot for you like you would get a picture book. Good luck. Gonna be tough having a small brain as yours. Make sure to pull and not push through the doors. Okay. Not very professional,
your
Nick,
Twitter
there.
feed is daily about one
Will Grummz, the person, blah, blah, blah. Definitely about
person.
Grummz. Who cares? I think he's like, will be the man who saves the gaming industry. Here, another. Grummz said Helldivers is woke now. Hola.
that important.
Even I have him blocked. Like, man, keep seeing people responding to that Grummz loser. He's just lapping it up like a sad failed man he is. Definitely have a negative bias of him. I even have him blocked and still see it. Just quit playing the game and they will go away.
I'm sorry, I'm not that important to the gaming community. And all the while they call me irrelevant. But this guy will call me irrelevant in one breath, but he cannot stop tweeting about me every single day. The same thing with Mercante. Mercante tweets about me constantly, right? Misspelling my name, so she doesn't give me undue attention, right? Well, how sick do you have to be that obsessed with someone that you tweet about them every day? This is Grummz deranged.
Okay, here's the funny part. Short fat otaku. I asked Nick. He's been invited on. Hi, Nick. Okay, Nick is in chat. This is gonna come out. Let's see how things change up here.
Derangement syndrome.
Nick's
okay,
in chat,
this
guys.
is GDS. This is a sickness, and these people are sick, and they are hateful, and they are malicious, and this has to stop.
So apparently Nick is in the chat. I know you said your next
yeah, if you platform Nick, I'm leaving.
I got you. And we'll look, we're gonna get it. And I'm not offering to bring him on right now, right? He has tweeted.
He made his demands known.
That from this, people have then gone on and posted his family members' names and things like that in the last 30 minutes or so. And
yeah, don't do that, Nick. When have you ever asked people not to do that? I ask people that all the time. When have you ever had a backbone and said this is wrong? Don't do this to this person in your own Discord. Have you banned that user yet, by the way? Nick, have you banned that guy that doxed me?
Again, not a dox. Why would he ban him? He told him to get rid of it, or he got rid of it himself. And any private information or even really public stuff with your address, to DM him instead.
Oh, you haven't. Interesting. Very interesting. Don't go after Nick, okay? All this information is public. Doesn't mean you should post it. That's wrong. I condemn that. Do you condemn it, Nick? Where's your fucking response, okay? And I don't want to hear it here.
Is public information. Why with the gaslighting, man?
I want to hear an apology on Twitter. Here's what you can do, Nick. Get off your obsession with me. Get off your hunt. Get off your encouragement and incitement of doxing and harassment of me, of my family. Apologize. Retract. Delete the dox that you have on me.
Bend the knee. It's not a dox, okay?
Before it gets reported by me. Walk it back, dude. It's not too late. Be the bigger guy. But will you? No, because I think you're scum.
I see the first chat for it. I don't know why they knew he was there. Maybe they deleted some of his messages. Maybe they just typed in his name and found him there. I don't know. But they knew he was there. Your business locations on Indiegogo. You're insane and making up stories to be the victim of nothing. Okay?
Craig, you muted.
I wanted to add a little bit of suspense to my question. I think it'd only be fair to ask the same question back. Do you feel like there's anything that you need to walk back at all? As far as your conversation online or anything like that?
Look, everything.
Cope. Don't start throwing the retarded around, motherfucker.
I post is just what people post on social media, right? They make a tweet, I retweet it. I have nothing to walk back. I have never called for the harassment of people. I've done the opposite time and again on your stream, on Twitter, on other people's streams. I'm asking for the same courtesy, one which I know he will not extend, but it's not too late. You can still do it. You do it, I'll shake your hand, walk it back.
Yeah.
walk it back, walk
In the
back
knee.
the doxing and the attack dogs and the incitements to violence and the constant tweeting about me. You can end it right now, today. All right? And I'll end it right now, today. I'll shake your hand, but you won't, because you're sick. You're sick in the head, Nick, and you need help.
All right. Is there anything? I feel like we covered this pretty well. Is there anything that you want to close with before we move on, or would you rather? You know, obviously you're pretty fired up, and rightfully so. You're very passionate about it. Anytime you're dealing with, you know, family situations.
Rightfully so. Okay, Greg. Got it.
Did you want to step away and kind of think about what you wanted to do, or do you want to stick with us a little bit longer? Is there anything you wanted to close with? Like I said, more than anything, I just wanted to, you know, provide you with an outlet to say what you wanted to say and how you wanted to say it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I promised to talk about different topics on the stream before this came up, and I'd like to honor my obligations. I am fired up.
I'm just a retard.
but
Why
I
are you
still
fucking
think,
talking
hey,
to
look,
me, man?
If Nick is really the good guy he claims to be, this is his chance. I'm open, Nick. Unblock me, apologize, and we can move on. And if you don't, then I'm pretty much convinced you're scum.
Just out of curiosity, do you have Nick blocked as well?
I do not have him blocked. Oh no, I may now. Let me double check. I didn't block anybody until
No, he had Nick blocked. Okay, who knows? What's the status now?
You know what? After this stream, I'll do it. But I mean, everyone sends me his tweets. So if he makes a public apology and he starts banning people in Discord and disciplining these people that are publishing information about me,
fuck,
you know,
sorry. Fuck, I am fucking winding down the stream. Completionist's sake, I'm trying to get it all. I didn't share private information on you. Are not a fucking hell. I don't share private info, and you are not open. You blocked me on Twitter when I started checking on Ember. Sounds about right. I think he posted it. That's bullshit, Ola. He's had me blocked since my first thread on Ember called him out. Blah, 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 blah.
I have a 24-hour rule on people. You turn it around 24 hours, I'll shake your hand. You know, it's gone too far, Nick. Nick, I think it's time to realize it's gone too far, and to be a decent human being and walk it back, dude. So yeah, I'll stick around for topics. I think that if we have you guys fill in for a little bit, I can get another coffee, gather myself, and we can continue with this.
Yeah, you can't have Nick on. Nick, I'm happy to, but he won't talk. He won't get challenged ever. Hal Craig's put up a...
Yeah, take a step back. Take a step back, and when you come back on, you know, take a breath, and we'll continue on. We got some more stuff to cover with Arch. Arch has been a trooper here, just hanging out with us as we've been going through all this. So take a step back, go back to backstage, and we'll bring you back on when you come back in. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, absolutely. All right. So obviously, that's crazy and a crazy situation.
Short, fat otaku. Let Nick on the show. The content will be Kino. Hola.
And you know, it's one of those things where I'm gonna actually bring Grummz back here, and there we go. And when he comes back, we'll continue on. So we appreciate everybody popping in. If it's your first time tuning in, do us a favor. We try to keep as crazy as it seems. We actually we have opinions about things, but I try to see things from all sides, right? And you know, it's